So, here today speaking with Morrie, the new Executive Director of the North Hastings Community Cupboard, about the 3rd annual Golf for Food tournament held at the Bancroft Golf Course. So Morrie, what was the energy like around the tournament this year?
Hi Clive. The energy around the tournament was absolutely excellent. We had a strong volunteer team this year that came to support us, as well as the community was extremely excited about seeing us launch this year. More or less due to the initiatives that we are spearheading at the food bank this year. So yes, the buzz was great.
Well, that's fantastic. How many teams did you have registered to play? How many teams came out?
We had about 14 teams of 4 people, and that was a good bunch of people. Actually, it was a little less than last year, but amazingly, we actually raised more money this year. So yeah, 14 teams in total.
Well, that's just excellent. I was actually there that day and the weather was fantastic, so
yes, you
were. Was a good turnout.
It was.
Absolutely.
It was fabulous.
So how many sponsors did you have on board? How many?
Well, we did really well with our sponsorship this year, Clive. We had 4 major sponsors, and then we had about 25 whole sponsors. So we did really well in our sponsorship. Our sponsors came in probably just over $3,000 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
really
that
excellent.
is really significant.
Yeah, showing a huge amount of support locally in this community. And again, I'm just extremely grateful that our community sees the need and the changes that are happening here.
Fantastic. So how successful was the silent auction? I know that was a big component.
The silent auction was phenomenal. Again, thanks to our local community, our business owners, and some people in the arts, we brought in just over $2,000 in the silent auction. So again, just a phenomenal turnout for that as well.
Great, that's all good news.
Mm-hmm.
So people can get excited about the Golf for Food tournament.
Yes.
And
Yes.
get on board.
Indeed.
So can you give us some sense of the need for food, Morrie, and the support required in the Bancroft and surrounding area? What is the need? How?
Well, you know, Clive, this year the need has increased, probably in about 45%. That's what we're seeing in the front end at North Hastings Community Cupboard. That is due to hydro being quite high in this area, as well as our food costs being higher in this area. And then we've also been hit pretty hard with a tax that's just recently happened this year, that our Bancroft has increased the water and sewage literally by 100%, sewage more by 100. So we've really seen people coming in that are either on fixed incomes or just the working poor that cannot pay that bill. So with our seniors in relation to that, they tend to pay their bills regardless, and they will go without food before they'll pay their bills. So the need here is extremely, what I would say, extremely high, and that's why we're doing these initiatives that we'll talk about as well, because I think we'll find that with the initiatives, we'll be able to save some money through our organization by doing them.
Fantastic. So the sense I'm getting is that the need for support has increased significantly.
Absolutely.
And for those reasons.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What other initiatives have you got going on at the food bank?
Well, we got some great ones coming up. So we started a soup initiative in the winter last year with the support of Foodland, and that looks like people can now make their own soup. Instead of getting a can of Campbell's soup or 4 cans of Campbell's soup to a family, we can now offer them 1 liter Tetra Pak with 3 cans of beans and legumes, rice and carrots and onions, and they can start to make their own soups which obviously have a higher nutritional value, as well as it will go much farther for them. So that's been fantastic. That's just, we have at least, I would say, about 70% of our members are using that program right now. And then we also have what's called the Sprouting Initiative, and that's where we will be teaching our members to grow their own sprouts. And Harvest Moon has stepped up on the plate for that to be a champion sponsor. So they will put sprouts out at their cash register and encourage their clients to come in and purchase a small bag of sprouts to help us keep this sponsorship, this initiative going. So we will be teaching our members to grow sprouts at home, and the goal for that is more geared to the children so that they can learn how to grow sprouts and also take these sprouts to school and have them as a snack, because they're just highly nutritious, and we'll feed them on a cellular level, which is really fantastic. And then our third initiative is we got our soup, our sprouting, and our
Okay.
we have our Honor a Senior initiative, which I'm very excited
Wow.
about. The Honor a Senior is basically at the golf tournament, we were able to raise about $500 to support 5 seniors for 3 months. What they get with that is the seniors can get a good food box, which is loaded with fresh fruit and vegetables, and we will prepare a beautiful soup for them as well, which at the food bank we will feed. We will cook it and then we'll freeze it, and they can come and pick it up as they need it. So 5 of our seniors are in that program and will be fed for 3 months, and we will be continuing to talk to our community about going ahead and finding more seniors to support for this program. And then the other one is our Harvest of the North. We're working in conjunction with them, where we have a couple of local businesses that have put up raised beds. So Vance Motors and Northridge Crown both have put up raised beds and are supporting the community by putting vegetables in. And Harvest of the North has also got many raised beds all over the community. So at the time of harvest, we would like to see our seniors get involved in teaching the canning program to our members, so that our members can have canned stewed tomatoes, whatever we have out of our gardens, and they can then have that as a backup for more food, which helps us with not having to purchase things like canned tomatoes. So, that's sort of ahead we're limited. We haven't quite figured that one out yet, but we're excited that that's the future of these gardens, is when we get an abundance of food at the end, we just want to make sure it doesn't go to waste, and that we will do some canning. We do need to involve the families because we cannot can ourselves and distribute them out.
Wow, so lots of really fantastic initiatives going on at the new and improved food bank
Absolutely.
here in Bancroft.
Absolutely.
And, so please support the North Hastings Community Cupboard and the great work that you guys are all doing here.
Thank you.
So we need the community to be on board, and we're thankful and grateful for all their generosity. So please support
Yes.
the local food bank.
Yes. Thank you very much, everybody, for all your support.
Thanks, Morrie.
Thanks, Clive.
Some understanding around United Way and how United Way fits into the whole financial support piece around food bank.
So United Way is one of our major supporters, and they, I don't think we would be here if it wasn't for them. So I really encourage people to look into United Way out of Belleville, because they are helping a lot of the organizations up in this region, as well as down in the Belleville region. So yeah, they're fantastic, and they really support us quite a bit.
Fantastic. So good to have the United Way on board.
Yes, absolutely.
My name is Fraser Smith, owner of the Bancroft Golf Course. I started basically grew up in the business. My parents bought the business in 1963, and been in the business ever since.
Fantastic. And who we got to your right, Fraser? Who we got?
Okay, this is Lisa Scott.
Lisa Scott. Yeah, she's
Yes,
a
yes.
local real estate girl, right? Yeah, fantastic. And
That's right.
who we got over on your left side?
And this is the clubhouse manager, Elaine Taylor.
All right. Well, good to see you're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak to you guys, have a conversation around some sense of your involvement with the Golf for Food and how this great event kind of came about.
Well, it started 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Elaine here volunteers to the food bank.
I was only 2 years there, and then I lost her. It's just been a good few days.
So it's your contacts and involvement with the food bank that brought this tournament to life, yes?
Yeah. I think we started talking about it, and yeah, and then we sat down. And
I think the way it worked, you were talking to Laurie at the food bank there, and
Danny.
and Danny, and you came up with the idea because you're working at the golf course that it would be good to have an event here to raise money for the food bank. So.
Yep.
And I can say from experience that the coordination between the clubhouse and the staff here with the volunteers and certainly making sure that people are aware of it to sell the tickets and to make money for the food bank. Last year, my understanding is that it did absolutely fabulous. This year they outperformed and raised even more money. And so this has been a great local cause, local business, local environment, and it's been a lot of hard work by volunteers, both associated with the food bank and associated with the golf course in this case.
I'd like to add how much all the volunteers really help us coordinate a tournament. Like we do our end, which, set up things, that sort of thing for doing scorecards, helping out with teams, and putting out things for like long drive closest to the pin and that sort of thing. But the real work is all done by the volunteers, and they arrange all the food, and they get all the sponsorships, which is one of the main ways they raise money. And so there's hole sponsors, which are people that sponsor each hole to tee, and then there's main sponsors, which sponsor, like there's a main sponsor for the tournament, and there's like associate sponsorships, which is sort of a step down from that. Anyway, they all come together and support the food bank.
Yep.
And as a golfer, it's about the fun. It's about the fun and getting out here and the camaraderie, and being here for a good cause is fabulous. But ultimately, it's the course itself. It's being able to play. It's the great meals provided, and it's just a fun day to come out. And these tournaments are typically run rain or shine, so the challenges that we have that are inherent with tournaments are quite interesting as well, because obviously we can plan for a lot of things, but it's been a rainy year, and it turned
Last year
out
it
fabulous.
rained on the.
Well, that it has been, for sure.
Yeah.
So, well, we'd like to extend thanks and gratitude to Fraser and Elaine and everybody else that was on board, and the folks at the Bancroft Golf Course for making this event the success that it is, and for providing such a great venue and the opportunity for people to get on board and support your local food bank.
Absolutely. So we'll be out of yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking
Thank
forward to
you.
next year.
Thanks, Clive.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, we'll be back next year.